Ladies and gentlemen, Boston Herald, Associated Press, Trump did not commit the underlying crime of the defamation suit jury finds, but still owes her $5 million. Think about that for a second. The jury vindicated Trump. Now, of course, they just like with the Mueller probe, they said, well, he did some other bad things. He was being accused of the most heinous crime alongside taking someone's life. I think capital punishment for both. The morally superior among us who don't like Trump would disagree, but I wouldn't mind capital punishment associated with the crime that Trump was accused of. They didn't have evidence. It was long beyond the statute of limitations, and they couldn't prove anything. Furthermore, the underlying crime, according to the Associated Press, the New York Times, and the Boston Herald, was not proven. Okay? He did not do what he was accused of doing, according to the jury that found him guilty of lesser crimes, which he wasn't even really accused of. Then they got other people who said Trump did this, Trump did that. You have people accusing our current president in the Oval Office. You have people accusing Bill Clinton. Okay? Credibility is based on who you level the allegation against in our society. If you are a wonderful, highly educated, morally superior, liberal Democrat, and you look in the mirror every day as you allow a never-ending military conflict in Europe to rage and to get worse every single day, and you get, your foreign policy led directly to being 90 seconds to midnight, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, and your economic policy has led to inflation and real wages down, and you look in the mirror and you say, I love the CNN, so Trump is so bad, and we're so good, and we're so morally superior, and we're so wonderful. Have you seen a Hunter Biden video lately? Oh, we're so morally superior. Trump is never guilty. There's never any evidence of guilt pertaining to Trump and what they initially accuse him of, so they move the goalpost. So they shoot for the stars, and they can't get the allegation, so they get the lesser allegation. He was found liable. According to Alan Dershowitz, of course, it's almost certainly going to be on appeal. The verdict of the trial will be thrown out on appeal. Okay? There's no evidence that he committed any crime. It wasn't a criminal trial. It was a defamation trial. But of course, it was a trial. They give information that misinforms all the time regarding Trump. Okay? These are the people who complained endlessly, who never accepted Trump defeating a Democrat in 2016. They never, not even one day, not 1 second, did they ever accept Trump. God forbid Trump spreads misinformation and he denies. And all they did was refuse to accept Trump. There was even a resistance, okay? I mean, they took it like from Star Wars or from decades ago. They were the resistance. These are the same people who pontificate about our republic and democracy, and they shed tears and all this. Good, morally superior, as they lie through their teeth all the time. Even the fact checks are lies. Because the fact checks aren't even accurate. What they've done with the fact check is give a rebuttal, an opinion, and then they say, that's it, it's a fact check. He lied. They keep saying, Trump lies so much. Nobody lies more than Biden. He wasn't a professor. He didn't march the civil rights movement. He hasn't done any of these things. He was arrested, sorry. He hasn't done any of these things. He was accused of plagiarizing a speech 30 years ago. I mean, his whole entire life was things he didn't do, saying things he never did. The crime bill alone was the antithesis of all the prison reform legislation that's being advocated. So, and he pushed for the sentencing disparities regarding a substance that his son was allegedly consumed. But anyway, Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. My super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. My Patreon link is below. And go to hagoodman.com to read my writing on The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. But the jury did not... They'll try to make a victory. They'll make a victory out of anything. So the Mueller probe was an absolute catastrophe. Found nothing. Exonerated Trump and vindicated him. But then they said, well, you know, there were still ties. There was still interference of some sort. And these are the same people who don't, oh, he didn't accept, oh my God. And so it's come down to, yet again, liberal sensibilities versus Trump's accomplishments. I don't care what people think about his personality. I don't care, because I know that Biden and Clinton and others have done worse. So I don't even care about his personality, or like, do I think she shouldn't have said anything like bad about LeBron James or NFL athletes? I agree with that. But Biden should never have said what he said to Charlemagne the God, which is much worse than anything Trump has ever said. I mean, you could draw a T-chart, and if the only reason you're voting for the current president is because you think he's a good person, well, you could throw that out the window. Just read the laptop where he's getting 10%. That's according to New York Post reporting. What political side wants a Orwellian information board to silence and censor speech? Democrats. What political side has the Lincoln Project, the Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld Republicans? Democrats. What political side has no problem? I have a lot of respect for Van Jones. Okay, it's CNN. I think he's a great human being. But his first, when he talked about in Europe, he said, you want them to win or not? The Trump mentality is you want to end the suffering and the lives lost. I don't know if Van Jones or any Democrat or any person on CNN could define winning. How do you win? It's been a year. How do you win when there's such chaos and suffering and so many atrocities that could have been prevented with a United States under Trump that focused on preventing hostilities? But no, we had to recreate the Cold War 30 years plus after the Berlin Wall fell. So, again, this is the Democratic mindset is very similar to the early 2000s Republicans. The mindset is groupthink, sentiment, I'm so morally superior. Trump, we had record low poverty under Trump. We had record highs in household median income. Real wages were up under Trump. They're down with Biden. Poverty has increased. You could take all that nonsense about, would you vote for this type of human being? And just put it someplace where there's no sunlight. Because we got a good president with Trump. We have the media propping up a failed presidency. And we're going to have more bank runs. And we're going to have more problems, unfortunately. From a geopolitical perspective, it's a moral imperative to vote for Trump. We were at 90 seconds to midnight, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, with Trump. Okay? So, that's with Biden. So, I mean, in terms of the numbers, statistics, like the life we have, it was categorically better under Trump. More people lost their lives in Biden's first year of you know what. And of course, every life lost was Trump's fault. So, again, he gets almost half the electorate all the time. He gets almost half the electorate all the time. And over 90% of media. That's why when he said that you're a nasty person to to the CNN host, that CNN host would never in a million years treat Biden in the manner that she treated Trump. Never in a million years. And that's why he had every right to say you're a nasty person. Because the duplicity is unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. But anyway, hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. You have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where the jury actually vindicated Trump. Okay? He did not do what he was accused of doing. Even the jury in New York says that, but still, you gotta owe something, because it's a New York jury. So, give me your thoughts below. hit subscribe to this channel. And by the way, like, if you're accused of something you didn't do, and you say, and then you give your thoughts on the person accusing you, it's like, how are you going to owe $5 million? Anyway, only in New York. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Thank you.